What's up, guys? Welcome to a very special episode of the ynggpodcast. The Montreal Canadiens have made a trade. Evgenii Dadonov is now a member of the Dallas Stars, and Denis Gurianov is a member of the Montreal Canadiens. Gurianov had a very good start with the Dallas Stars, but unfortunately has lost his footing. And Evgenii Dadonov was acquired by the Montreal Canadiens in exchange for Shea Weber's contract during the offseason. Weber's contract, funnily, was traded a couple of days ago, and now Dadonov gets traded to the Dallas Stars. And the Montreal Canadiens essentially got a piece out of Weber's contract in Dadonov. Dadonov had a pretty rough time with the Montreal Canadiens, but he started to find his footing the last couple of games or so, and he gets dealt to the Dallas Stars. We know that they've been linked to Dadonov in the past. They were interested in JVR. They were interested in Patrick Kane. I guess since they are not in the sweepstakes for Patrick Kane anymore, they end up saying, you know what, let's go with a cheaper option. But we have Denis Gurianov as a trade piece. So let's move Gurianov for a winger, an experienced winger. So they get Evgenii Dadonov essentially, and the Montreal Canadiens retain 50% of the remaining portion of Dadonov's contract. So let's take a look at Dadonov's stats. He's 33 years old. He was drafted in the third round, 71st overall by the Florida Panthers in 2007. With the Canadiens, 18 points in 50 games. So, he's been really healthy this year, which is, saying a lot because the Montreal Canadiens had a lot of injured players. And a lot of people were saying that, the Montreal Canadiens were going to have a quiet trade deadline and there wasn't a lot of interesting guys like Dadonov and Drouin Hoffman. Well, there you have it. Dadonov gets traded. So, the best season he had was with the Florida Panthers in 82 games, 70 points in 2018, 2019, 28 goals and 42 assists. So he's far removed from being that player, that 65, 70-point player that he was the first two seasons of Florida. He's steadily declined over that time. Last year, he kind of had a little bit of resurgence season where he had 43 points, but again, nothing too special in Dadonov. He's not the worst player ever, but he's not the best player either. In terms of Gurianov, you can see right here, 25 years old, 6'3", right winger. He has 9 points in 43 games, 2 goals and 7 assists. So he's a former first round pick. So Kent Hughes adds another former first round pick in 2015 by the Dallas Stars, 12th overall. And let's take a look at his stats here. As you can see, his best season was last year, 31 points in 73 games, 11 goals and 20 assists. He is a lot younger than Dadonov. This kind of reminds me of what's that deal again? Yes, the Michael Matheson and Jeff Petrie deal, where essentially the Montreal Canadiens get a younger player that's kind of similar. People are saying that Gurianov is the younger version of Dadonov, so we shall see if that is the case. In terms of Dadonov's contract, salary retained is $2.5 million, so that means the cap hit for the Dallas Stars in terms of gaining Evgenii Dadonov is just $2.5 million. This is the end of his contract, so he will be a UFA at the end of this year. In terms of Denis Gurianov, he's $2.9 million. And after the end of the season, he's an RFA. So it gives the Montreal Canadiens a lot more leeway, essentially, since they own his rights. They could get him signed to a contract. And I really believe that they will sign him to a new contract because he is really young, 25 years old. There's a lot to be desired and there's a lot of potential. He's a former first round pick, 12th overall. That's a good move for Montreal. Dallas is trying to win now. Montreal is going to be a competitive team for years to come in the future. So they're thinking about the future. Kent Hughes is adding younger players. Like I was alluding to before, Jeff Petrie trade and Michael Matheson trade. Same thing. Similar player, but a lot younger, even though the contract isn't the best for Matheson. Okay, so Gurianov was playing fourth line minutes with the Dallas Stars. Evgenii Dadonov was playing third line minutes. So honestly speaking, I do believe Gurianov will take Dandonov's spot on the third line with Rem Pitlick and Christian Dvorak. He's a right winger, so he slots in perfectly there. You're not going to touch that first line. You're not going to touch that second line. And the fourth line has been playing pretty good too. In terms of where Dandonov is going to fit, honestly, as of right now, he may take Gurianov's spot on the fourth line, honestly. But I do see him potentially moving up in the lineup. I do see that as a possibility. Um, so we'll see what happens there. But let's take a couple of comments here. So Giovanni says, bro, this is a steal. Think Val Nichushkin style. Yeah, I do believe that, they kind of have a similar style. This kind of reminds me of Burakovsky too, when the Capitals got rid of him. And then he flourished with the Colorado Avalanche. So I think that's a good deal as well. This move can pay off the Habs in a big way. Yeah, like I said, younger, RFA, easier to resign to a new contract. A lot to be desired because he's a former first round pick. Goatbron didn't pan out how the Stars wanted, but not a bad player. Yeah, now he's gonna have a new chance for the Montreal Canadiens. Essentially, this is a reclamation project for the Montreal Canadiens. I do believe that he will do well under Martin St. Louis. We saw how Kirby Doc has been faring under Martin St. Louis. People were saying, "Wow, he didn't do anything with Chicago," but look what he's doing with Montreal now. Um, Another comment: as a Stars fan, I'm not thrilled but happy for Guri to get a fresh start with a coach like Marty. That's exactly like I was saying before. Um, my co-host texted me because he's not unfortunately here with us right now, but he said that he did very well in the bubble and he struggled with Dallas, but he do thinks that he is a great fit for the Montreal Canadiens. Guys, I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Who won this deal, the Montreal Canadiens or Dallas Stars? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Young Guns podcast. Expect a Patrick Kane trade breakdown and a Timo Meyer trade breakdown because that deal or those deals essentially should be happening within the next 24 hours. We'll see you very soon, and thank you guys so much for tuning in.